I love the sound of all of you, even as it kind of doesn't line up, it's perfect. So thank you for that moment to hear your voices in affirmation. I want to invite you in spirit forward to the front of the sanctuary of your heart, even as we're on Zoom for this time for all ages. And I do mean all ages, but a special invitation to our young ones. Yesterday, I got home from being the chaplain for youth camp at U Bar U. Does anybody know U Bar U from Northwoods? I hope you do. But if it's a new phrase to you, then I'm really happy to introduce you to this place, U Bar U. U Bar U is about 2 hours away from me in Austin. I'm not sure how far that makes it for you in Houston, but U Bar U is our Unitarian Universalist camp and conference center. And so this week, the 4th through 6th graders were there, and I got to be their chaplain and their musician in residence, and we sang songs and we swam and we went stargazing, and it was amazing. We made art together, we had a dance party. Next week, the middle schoolers will be there, and then the week after that, the high schoolers. So what I want to tell you about this is that for many of us, it was the first time that we had worshiped together in person in a year and a half. And it was emotional and beautiful to be together again like that. And I just want you to know, because I imagine that it won't be too long until you are doing things in person to some extent, not too long. You've been waiting a long time to see your friends in person. It's coming. We're going to do it safely. I know you are, but that it will be so beautiful again. And I want to thank those of you who've been doing the hard work to keep this community together virtually. It's really been a journey and a learning, right? So thank you for that, and keep that hope alive in your spirit about going to camp. For the kids, here's what I want you to know. I grew up Unitarian Universalist like you, and this is what I tell the campers out at U Bar U. A lot of you, if you're growing up Unitarian Universalists, you have been Unitarian Universalists longer than some of the adults in the church, which makes you kind of role models and experts at being Unitarian Universalists. So I want you to know that this is a church I trust. I know Reverend Sarah, I know Rusty, I know your folks, I know this tradition. This is a place where what you have to say, kids, matters. What you are feeling matters. And the way you lead matters. And so I want you to remember that, to think of yourself as a Unitarian Universalist leader and role model. And adults, to look to those kids. We had kids at camp advocating for their needs in gender expression, for their needs around food, being a vegetarian, for their needs around comfort. And that's a really important skill to learn. And I'm excited that they learn that at a young age when they go off to camp without their parents. I also want you kids to know something. We've had kind of small worlds this year, right? We've been in our screens mostly. Adults, you too, right? There is a big world of Unitarian Universalism out there. You are a part of something much bigger. So I want you to know, it's not just U Bar U. There's conventions like General Assembly, there's camps. And I just want to invite you to look for those as we start to come out of our homes, as we start to more safely do things. Remember that you're part of something big, and look for the ways that you can get involved. The last thing I want to say for you during this time, and we'll do more kind of traditional stories in some other times for all ages, but I wanted you to have this message. I wanted you to know that there are places for you off screen in our faith. So the last thing I want to say is, later in the service, kids and everyone, we're going to watch a video. This one is an actual music video from my band. And what we did was we took video of a party. And it's the last time that my whole community was in my home together. So in this video, when you watch it in a few minutes, you're gonna see kids, you're gonna see grownups, you're gonna see people of different races, you're gonna see cisgender and transgender people, you're gonna see bubbles and trampoline and roller coaster and rock and roll and dancing. You're gonna see a lot of fun. I call that joy practices. And that's what we're talking about today. And so when you watch that video, I want you to think about what is the most fun thing or things that you like to do. And if there was a video of your party, because guess what? This was the last party. I didn't know this, but it was the last party, the last time I had people in my house before the pandemic shut down. Sometimes you don't know how special something is until after it happens. But so if you were to capture the joy of your life and the people that you love the most, who would be in that video for you? Okay, so those are 2 questions for you. When you get to the video later, I want you to remember this. What are your joy practices, your fun things that would be in your video? And who is your community? Who would be in that video with you? Okay, that's later when we get to the anthem, but I wanted to plant those seeds in your mind for when it's time to watch. All right, thank you for being a part of this Time for All Ages, and whatever your age, thank you for being a part of this community.